everybody. I hope you guys are having a great night. I was sharing with my team a couple of things, a couple different of my team members this last week, and one of them said, you need to share that with other people because that was so encouraging to me. And so I want to hop on here and I want to encourage you. So everybody, when you are first starting your business, hopefully you are coming out with a bang and you're excited, you're sharing, you are so excited about what it is that you're talking about and the products, and you're so excited about them that you're getting your friends excited and your family excited. And then there comes the dead zone. Okay, the dead zone is so discouraging. You don't have any parties, you don't have any bookings, you don't have anybody who is interacting in your group. It's just dead. No matter what you do, you are just not getting there. What do? Do you quit? No, you don't quit. So remember, this is key, okay? Remember that this is not a sprint. This is a marathon, okay? There's a lot of people who will do small businesses and they quit very easily because they get discouraged and they're like, oh, well, nobody's interested anymore, so I guess I'm just done with this adventure. Well, I want you to think about your orchard, okay? I know this kind of sounds crazy, but it's an analogy for you that hopefully it will kind of help encourage you. So this is, by the way, the biggest negative to being in sales. And it doesn't matter what it is that you're selling. This is the way it goes. Because when you're first excited, you have planted the seed. You even did it yourself. You planted that seed. Your tree grew. You are sharing. You've got all these trees that are growing. And man, the orders are coming in. And it's just exciting. And it's invigorating. And it just makes you want to do more and more and more. Well, what happens when the dead zone comes? And guess what? You're getting nothing. Then what do? Do you just quit? Do you stop? No. Okay, so here's what my encouragement to them was, and I hope that it will be an encouragement to you, okay? So I want you to think of your friends as though you have an orchard. This is the Norwex orchard, okay? And in this orchard, you have lots of trees. Every one of those trees represents either a host or it represents one of your customers, and the apples are producing that's the fruit that you have planted with the tree. The tree has grown. Then you have these apples. That is the fruit that is producing. That's the orders that are coming in. And sometimes they are flooding in, and then sometimes they're kind of stagnant for a little while. So what do you do during those times? You know, what are some things that you're doing? So this is what I want to talk to you about. Okay, so what happens when in your VIP group you're getting no interaction, or you have one friend who is your very best customer and she's also your very best friend, and she is just hanging in there with you, and she's the only one who's commenting on everything, and you're like, it's just dead. There's nothing left. Okay, so this is what you think about. You think about this whole orchard that you have planted, okay? So if you have planted a tree and it has grown, it's produced all of these apples, and you have pulled all the apples off, and you go back to the same tree to get more apples, what happens? Then the dead zone happens because there's nothing more to pull off from that tree. So then what are you going to do? Where do I go from here? What do I do? Okay, this is when you need more apples. You need more seeds, okay? And this is the part that's discouraging. Okay, so then if nobody's commenting on my post, nobody's seeing anything, do I just quit? No, that tree is still there. That tree has already produced a lot of fruit, but only one tree can produce so much fruit before you need to find another tree to gain some more fruit from it. So do you just stop maintaining this tree? No, you fertilize it, you prune it, you feed it, you water it. You are going to pay attention to it, and you're going to take good care of that tree because that tree really produced a lot of fruit for you even in the very beginning. But right now it's not producing any fruit. Well, guess what? There are seasons, okay? There's times when it doesn't produce any fruit, and that's okay. What do you do during those times? You still take care of the tree, don't you? You still go back to it. You still are talking to it. You are still feeding it and growing it. Well, what does that mean in the Norwex world? That means sharing, okay? So this is kind of like your VIP group, okay? What happens when it's dead? Continue to share. Remember, this is a marathon. This is not a sprint unless that's what you signed up for. I signed up for the marathon because I loved it so much. I wanted to share it and I was passionate about it. And so I wanted to share it more and more with those around me. So what do you do when you ain't got nothing? You keep sharing. So if it's every day, if it's every other day, Continue to share. It may not be a lot, okay? It might just be one simple thing. It might be playing a game. It might be, and you may or may not get any interest. So, by the way, I found recently that my VIP group right now, they really, really love the counting games. So I've been trying to do a bunch of those. But don't get discouraged, okay? So don't post, does anybody want to play? I mean, don't be like that. If they're not into playing games, that's fine. I want you to look on the right-hand corner and see how many views it has. If you have to, ask your upline to be in your VIP group with you and help you out if she can. I try to do that for mine as much as I possibly can. I'll comment on their stuff. You know, if it's a counting thing, I'll even count different, you know, say different things, just to kind of help their interaction. So the Facebook algorithm is the more comments that you get, the higher that post is bumped into the feed, and that's what you want. You want people to see. So don't use the @everyone tag every single day. You will drive everyone away. You will shrivel your tree up and it will die because they will be like, I ain't got no more money to spend. I don't know about you guys, but I get tapped out too. There's only so much money to go around for extra things. And sometimes Norwex is an extra thing. So it's one of those things that you just continue to share. So it doesn't have to be a lot, guys. It can be, if you want to focus a whole week. Last week, I shared it in here. I focused on pools. And so I had 3 different days. I just did, sometimes less is more. I just put 2 or 3 pictures together that were about pools. One was, you know, cleaning the pool with a mop. One was cleaning the pool with a netted dishcloth, you know. So I just kind of shared some different options for them and different ideas. And what I found is that people really appreciate and they love outside the box uses for what they already have. And what happens is they're going to come back to you. So when it is time for that tree to produce more apples, it will come back to you. And then you will be able to pull from that tree again. So, but once again, the dead zone. So what do? You've got to find some more trees to plant, but you don't stop maintaining the ones that you have already built there. You still need to maintain them. So don't just kill your VIP group. Whatever you do, don't only ever post the flash sales. I mean, I guess if that's a good thing that you want to do, then great, at least you're posting something. But guys, get in your group. There's a reason why you're not getting any interaction. You've got to be in there and you got to be a part of it. So if you're not getting a lot of interaction, maybe you only have one person who's posting, don't post more than once a day. If you have people, if it's kind of slow for you, don't post a ton. Less is more. Post one thing a day, one picture a day. Not a big deal. But then that's something that she's posting on that. And then when I use the @everyone tag is when there's like a flash sale. That's really about the only time that I use that, is when I'm giving an announcement to somebody or whatever. But I never use the @everyone tag on every single post because literally people get very annoyed with that and they'll leave your group. And you don't want them to leave. You want them to stay. You want them to see more. So how do I get these more new seeds? Where are they coming from? Where do I find more apples? That's very discouraging as well. So where I found mine was I did a couple of different vendor events. Vendor events are a great way for you to try to, get some new customers. Just think outside the box. Ask the people that already are your customers, hey, do you have any friends? You can also do giveaways. Sometimes that kind of draws some people in. I noticed this week I did a absolutely non-Norwex post. I had 2 or 3 people that I didn't even remember they were still in my group because they never comment on anything, and they commented on that. So do non-Norwex posts as well. That really, really helps. And because some people maybe they just really aren't interested. But guess what? If they're commenting there, Facebook algorithm will do its thing and it'll bump it into their feed the next time. And guess what? I had the flash sale that happened right after that. So it was a good thing. The other thing is if somebody does comment, interact with them. Don't just like their post. Like on the counting one, say, oh, great guess, and oh, I'm going to give you the answer here soon or something like that. So you're interacting with them. You can even comment like a GIF or something like that. But, always do that. And a few other ideas for you as far as like getting interaction in your group. This is life. Now, I don't know how you guys feel about it, but for me, Norwex is my life. See this? This is my back screen when I go live. Why? Because that's my life right there. I know a lot of people have really nice office and they have all their nice, pretty Norwex stuff set up. Guess what? I don't have a setup like that because my kids live here and I don't have an office. And so we don't have an extra room for an office in my house right now. And I'm sitting at my kitchen table and guess what? They get to see my kids. I also let my kids go live. I have my kids clean stuff.
Okay, so we are going to I am gonna clean up how dusty this is. Look how dusty that is.
It's been sitting up on a shelf for decoration for many years. Mommy doesn't ever get it down.
Like for 2,202 years.
That's a very long time. How long is that anyway?
275 miles away.
Wow. That's pretty far and pretty long. So,
Look how good it just cleaned that out.
it did. All he did was stick that in there. Look at all that. It came off of that. Wow, I'm impressed. Are you impressed with Norwex?
Yep. And if it's bigger of your size, you can just shove it down in there and twist it, and then it might clean all of it up.
Yeah, Andrew's watching. Say hi.
Hi.
She said, hi, buddy.
Look. See? That was like completely, totally clean.
And show him the dust mitt because it got it all on there.
Look how good it's holding that on there.
I think you guys have listened to Mommy one too many times, haven't you?
Yeah, because it's like holding all of it in there.
It did. It did a good job. Here, let's shake it so they can see that it doesn't shake out either. It's still sticking on there.
And that's a wonderful thing I love about Norwex.
It is. Tell them thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching. Bye.
Tell them where they can get one of these. How can they buy one of those? You don't know. Well, then they can buy it from your mom.
You can buy it from my mom if you want to, but I think my mom can set one out on the shelf for you to get when you come to our house.
Oh, okay. So they can buy one and pick it up from our house?
Yeah, just like my mom gets Norwex boxes and she gets a whole bunch of these. She has a kid-sized one of these.
The kid-size ones are your favorite, aren't they? Yep.
And there's also two of them.
All right.
There's also one and two. There's two of them. Look.
Are you telling them bye? Tell them thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching.
I have people who, when it's my kid's birthday, I will comment, happy birthday. Will you tell my kids happy birthday? That kind of thing. People like that. They like the personal contact with you, that you're not this person that's so far out there that they can't reach. Be that person who is one-on-one with them. It is down to earth. It is, hey, I'm here to have a conversation with you. Take the time for a phone call if you can. Make sure that you do not wait forever to return messages. If somebody messages you something, do your best to get back with them ASAP. That becomes a priority in your life. So try your best to be Johnny on the spot with it if you possibly can. People notice those things. Those things make a huge difference. So anyhow, I don't want to keep you guys on here for a long time. I just want you to remember that growing this orchard can be hard and it can be fun at times, but it can also be dead at times too. So what do you do during the dead times? Maintain what you already have. Continue to share, because then when, hey, they run out of laundry detergent or they run out of something else, they need that. Continue to share things that you don't know if they've seen. What have you not talked about for a long time? I actually just got myself a notebook and a calendar, a big calendar, and I started writing on the calendar day what I have shared. So that way I can look back at that and say, you know what? I haven't talked about the magnet ball in months. Let's feature that. You don't have to wait for Norwex to send you stuff to feature in your group. Feature your own things. Do the outside the box uses. Go live. You don't want to go live all the time, but go live and share something, clean something. It might be a dumb thing to you that spurs an idea for somebody else. So those are just some thoughts for you. And the last thought I want to leave you with is, when you look at a huge building that is built, did that happen overnight? No, it didn't. It was a lot of hard work and a lot of prep that you did not see any of that prep. You might walk into a barn raising and you're just like, wow, those walls went up that fast. Well, there was a lot of prep that happened to get those walls prepared. It took days and weeks, maybe even months, to get all of that prepped and ready, and then boom, all at once it fell together. So don't miss out on the prep work. The prep work is so important, and continue to feed and nurture and take care of the orchard that you already have, and it will produce fruit for you again if you are continuing to maintain it. So I would love to hear if this was helpful to you, and I would also love to hear if you guys have any questions or anything like that. I don't know that I can answer that for you, but I would love to try to help you if I possibly can. That is what I created this group for, is to just help be an encouragement to you. And that's what I just try to do, is when I get ideas, I like to try to share them with you. So I would love to hear some feedback. If there's any struggles that you're having in your business, if you're having that struggle, somebody else may be having it too. So let's try to, come in here and group together and try to figure it out if we possibly can. We may or may not be able to figure it out, but we will definitely give it a try. I hope you guys have a wonderful night. Keep working on your orchard. Bye-bye, guys.